Hello, internet type people. I'm replying to Jonathan's YouTube, the DJ tutor. He's been really helpful in getting me started in my DJing career and getting me on my feet and answering lots of questions. So I thought I'd reply to his video which he made for me on how active speakers work. So here we go. I thought I'd go through the active system which I purchased to start off my DJing of my own. I've been working for a company for a while now and it's been pretty good, but I wanted to get my own gear so I could have more control over the kind of equipment I was working with and the gigs that I take and things like that, and so I could earn more money. So I purchased my own gear. I purchased a B52 Matrix 1000 V2 system, which was X display, and I managed to pick that up for $1,700, including an accessory kit, which has stands and a nice big bag to put everything in and that kind of stuff. So I was pretty happy with that. Yeah, and there's a really nice big sub, which is what I needed for doing the kinds of parties and birthdays and that kind of functions and stuff, which I plan on doing, which is targeting the kind of the people who want to recreate the dance club in their backyard. That's where I'm my target market. So yeah, I thought I'd take you through what my system is. So this is my setup. I've got the two 10-inch satellites. They're 150 watts each, and the 15-inch sub, that's 400 watts. The whole system 700 all up. So I do know my maths, sort of. This is the new mic mixer I bought. It's really cool. I'm really glad I got this one. I picked it up for $255 off of eBay, second hand, and there's barely a scratch on it, and it's in really good condition. Yeah, really good buy, considering it's usually a lot more expensive than that to buy. I've got a DJing, which I bought brand new, which was very expensive, but it was definitely worth it considering my laptop is not the greatest on the world. And I got myself an external 320 gig hard drive to store my MP3s and music and that kind of stuff on. So I've got out of here, the laptop USB going straight into the new mic DJing. Out of the DJing I've got some RCA cables. They go straight back into the back of the mixer. That's into the channel 1. And then out of the mixer I've got the main output coming straight out. I've got some very nice leads that go straight down, and a big pile of cables on the floor. They're nice and long too, so I can put the speaker system far away from the laptop DJing table, and they turn into these two 3-pin cables here, which I forget the name of, but yes. And this is the back of the sub, the Matrix system. As you can see, it's got fans to keep it nice and cool, has gain knobs for the left and right channels, and an individual subwoofer adjustment knob. So I keep that at max, so it's nice and boom boomish, which is what I like. It's got wheels, which is great, and come around here again. The front of the system is such that it's curved, and if you have a look at the speakers, they're also curved. So what that means is you can grab the two satellites, stick them on top of the speaker when it's upright, and it all kind of, a strap goes around the front, and it all rolls around on its own on the wheels, which is great for moving around. Okay, we're not playing music yet. I forgot to mention something, which is pretty important to the concept of active speakers. The amps which power the sub and the two satellites are all inside the back, or the bottom, if it's upright, of the sub. So I thought I'd just show you guys that out of here, this is the right channel, speaker output, 150 watts, etc. at 8 ohms. This speaker cable goes all the way on the ground, all the way up to my wonderful speaker stand. If we spin this around, you can see that there's no power, simply the speaker cable going straight into the back of the speaker, and it draws all of its power straight from the sub itself. So this is a 10-inch monitor, 150 watts, RMS, 8 ohms, and as Jeremy pointed out, as Jonathan pointed out, it's great that the system is built to go with itself. So you know, the satellites are made perfectly to go with the sub, and the amps are made to go with the sub and the speakers, so it fits quite well together. I thought I'd show you a bit of odds DJ and how that works, because I haven't really heard much about it in the DJing scene, in my reading and stuff that I've done on the internet. It's a really good program because it's very, very automated. So in my case, when I first started DJing, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know, how to mix or anything like that. And because of how good this program is, the company that employed me was basically able to give me a laptop, a dual CD player, which I never use except as a backup, and a hard drive and some speakers and some lights, and send me out, and that was it. And so all I had to do was basically just pick songs out of a playlist, and they would automatically be mixed together by the DJ software. And the way it works is that when you add software to the music to the library, which I'll zoom in on now, which is what it's doing. Can I zoom in? There we go. You can see it's importing files from the external hard drive. It takes about 5 or 10 seconds, depending on how fast your computer is and your hard drive. But after it's imported, it analyzes each file and works out where the cue points for that file would be. So it works out where the lead-in point would be, so where you would start at the start of the song, and also works out what kind of crossfade would be best at the end of the song. So, for example, if the song slowly fades out, it will automatically crossfade to the next song. If the song ends on a beat, it'll just beat match with the next song and bring it in on a beat. It doesn't so much beat match, but it doesn't mix, but it'll bring it in on a beat, which is really good. And a lot of the time, it's very, very accurate. I only have a few instances where it's not so good. So there you go. So I just imported 16 files just so we can see what I'm talking about. And what I'll do is I'll go up to my search thing, and I can bring in songs. So I'll start off with a bit of ATBs, pretty cool, and then I'll put in some presets. My People's good, and then some Crystal Meth or something. What have I got? Born Too Slow is good. So that's the playlist. On the right here, there's also the media library that hasn't updated. There we go. So this lists all the music you have. You can also sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. It also is categorized by different types of categories based on ID. I think it's ID3 tags or whatever. It's kind of out of focus. There we go. So you can see CD audio, album, rock, pop, dance, etc. That doesn't work so well. I usually just use the search function. So now we've got some tracks lined up. All we have to do is hit play, and Ots will hopefully start playing for us. So I'll do that. Hit play, so let's put it into deck A on the left, and it's playing. Now I'm going to come into my mixer. I'll turn up the master level. You can see the level lights flashing away there, and I'll bring up this. That's the channel 1 I just brought up, that one there. Leave that about there so you can still hear me. And I'll stand up. Awesome. So, now that's playing. I've got a nice little display of the waveform at the top, which isn't really that useful except for, just to look cool, I guess. I haven't really found much use for it. You can see when it's going to crossfade though, it brings in the second deck in the lower half of the bar, which is pretty cool, so you can see where the beat's going to be synchronized and such. I'll just do the same with My People. Really like this song, this is good. It's a very cool song, you should check it out. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll just fast forward using this button here, so I can just skip through to the end. The red section denotes the last 10% of the song, and it's in that position where it will automatically do the transition. So it's got 16 seconds left. As you can see, the trigger time, that's the time until it changes to the next song. So the next song's in the listing, it's loaded it up into the deck automatically. Have a listen to the crossfade. Pretty smooth. Of course, if you're going from one genre of music to a completely different genre of music, it's obviously not going to be as good. But yeah, it's very, very good for keeping the music going, and very, very easy to use. So there you go. If you have an active system and you have a DJ setup, or you're just beginning, just like me, then post on the net and you can make it for yourself too. I'm going to coin a phrase here and say, practice and enjoy.